but that's a good question. Fortunately, I'm not running the points, but about CS2 beta access. Wow, shameless. Okay, so this is pretty much the halfway point for our channel points predictions. You've got about a minute left if you want to bet on who will win Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse. Not overall, not the race overall, not the event, but just Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse, the track that we're about to race on. We're gonna have 36 laps of that, and that will close out our session for today. We got Powerade, Ertzu, Yun, Laggy Rock, TomDom, GeForce, Maddie07, Kilobaris, Makakowski, and Lampert. And so we will be hopping in soon. I think we've got about a minute left. We've got about a minute left. Everybody is here on the Toyeka. And I'll just go ahead and run y'all through some, because again, we do get a lot of viewers here in Division 1. It's great to see. So good to have you all here. But we may have some people who aren't super familiar with the exact tracks and they just enjoy watching. But to run you through, Castle 1, it looked like it was raining, but I don't think it was actually raining. Like the ground texture is not rainy. But here on Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse, it looks like it's raining, and it is raining. And there will be rain on the ground, and it will be slippery. So that's one major difference. A lot of racers hate the rain. It's very tricky. We've also got a number of jumps, some of them being pretty blind jumps where you just kind of have to know the line ahead of time. We've also got some very finicky shortcuts and ramps. If you take a ramp, one of these ramps at a specific angle, you might bug out. It has happened. And there's also another shortcut where we're gonna see people drive in between two different objects, and I'll point that out too. It's a tricky one as well. So this jump right here can be an absolute disaster. We have seen people lose 100 meters from it, and everybody's grouped up here, so it's easy to wreck as well. Another big part of the track, this double turn, we see people falling off already. Powerade falls off, and the shortcut jump, we saw someone not take it. Makakowski gonna opt to not take that shortcut jump. And then the big pool jump, Maddie does have to flip his car. A good number of racers do make it through, and they're not going to be taking the TT shortcut. We saw in Division 2, TT took a short. There's the shortcut I was referring to, right there in between, wedged in between two different objects. It's easy to fail either one of those shortcuts. But like I mentioned, nobody's seeming to take that shortcut here in Division 1. But in Division 2, TT took it with great accuracy. Okay, and the jumps for lap 2. This is a tricky part right here. Very easy to land on one of these uneven surfaces, 2 wheels on, 2 wheels off, and to spin out, etc. But everyone here at the front is nailing it. Kilobar is way cutting. Yun seeming to not quite cut enough, along with Lampert. They do recover fully. Kilobaris and GeForce, they are now taking the TT cut. And Kilobaris is leading this one. I don't know if anyone put their money on Kilobaris, but he's certainly tearing up the track at the moment. Making a big statement. Him and GeForce both going for that tricky cut. We will check a further midfield in a moment. It does look like Ertzu is holding on to third. So back-to-back podium for him here would be great. Now I am going to take just a moment after we see them get through this sequence to show you all the standings once again, just because I don't feel like we covered that adequately. So I'm just going to show the times just for a moment so anyone who missed it has that. Okay, we're going to show it very quickly. Ertzu, 2 seconds behind, 2.7. Kilobar is 3.2. Powerade, 3.7. Makakowski, 6.3. So, Kila and Powerade locked in. Airtsu chasing down as well. Back to the race. Nothing major has happened. G4 is still hunting down Kilobaris. We've got Airtsu in the mix here. We've got Powerade, who was originally in last place in this race early on one of our first turns. He's moved up into fourth, and it just shows you the volatility of this track. That one pool jump that we just saw can really change your entire race. And so headed back to our main event, Kilobaris versus G-Force. Airtsu in the mix as well. Sub 46 has already been found by Kilobaris. It's no small feat. And Kilobaris with that 45.921 just set another sub 46 right in front of our eyes there. As I was reading out the previous best lap, I think it was like 996. This one's 921. G-Force in the meantime with a 45.613. Wow. 45.613 here is very nice. We thought Kilobaris' was good. It's 300 milliseconds better than Kilobaris'. And we've got Airtsu with the sub 46 as well. 45.935. 45.847 for Powerade. Yeah, they came out quick. Lampert 5th. Makakasi 6th. Laggy Rock Ewan. And then Maddie, and then Tom Dom. Back to the front. Ooh. This is great news for Kilobaris. We could potentially see Kilobaris run away with this. Of course, not if G-Force has anything to say about 45.568. He set a new best lap. Even better. Wow. And yet, he's still falling behind Kilobaris. Let's check in on Kilobaris. 45.879. He's slowly shaving it down. But it does seem like G-Force would have the pace advantage with a 45.568. Incredible stuff. Airtsu keeping it competitive here with G-Force, despite having a best lap that's much more similar to Kilobaris's. So it does go to show how in endurance races best laps don't mean a whole lot, but they can still give you some insight. They can definitely still give you some insight. And if G-Force can string together a number of laps with this best lap time that he's been finding, it's going to be serious business. So in the meantime, Airtsu only a mere 10 meters ahead of Powerade, and this first through fourth place are still locked in tight contention. Kilobaris and Powerade were less than a second from each other, so this first place, obviously, Kilobaris would be moving ahead of Powerade. Would he be moving ahead of G-Force? Hard to say at this point. I don't think he's quite got 3 seconds, although with that faulty launch by G-Force, Airtsu passing him up, that could just be enough already. Of course, we're only on lap 8 of 36, so it's way too early to be speaking of such things. Powerade is in the mix. Powerade or G-Force getting launched for, getting helped out a bit there. Okay, clean jumps there. Lampert staying competitive, and I think he's on vacation right now. So nice by Lampert. G-Force continuing to go for the TT cut. Oh, unexpected wreck there. Oh, Airtsu taking a dip. Yikes, yikes, yikes. horrible repo for Airtsu as well. It's very likely that you get repoed right next to the pool if you fall that far forward. But Airtsu, I guess, didn't quite tap it and gets sent way back to before the ramp. So that's going to be very, very detrimental for Airtsu. He's definitely going to be in his head over that one. Okay. Kilobaris hasn't set any new best lap here. The consistency looking good, but is he gonna have the pace to hold out over G-Force if G-Force doesn't make mistakes? Oh! Oh no! Not quite, Kippy. I respect it though. G-Force on the inside, taking it out of nowhere. Almost failing the shortcut jump, but he does get bailed out. Nice launch over the pool. And there it is, G-Force emerging into our leading position. Lap 12 of 36. We got a whole lot of race left to go, y'all, but it does not bode well when our man G-Force gets into that power position in first place. It just does not bode well for the rest of the field. The man is not very conducive to making mistakes. Ha 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 ha! The man never makes a mistake, ever. Everyone else might as well just give up and go home because G-Force is no... Oh my lord. Anyway, whatever. Moving along here. Deli, deli. Deli, deli. Deli, deli. Alright, Kilobaris, Power 8. Power 8 now moving into second. Airtsu in third. G-Force way out there after failing that pool jump. Makakowski challenging. Lampert even challenging. And that's huge. That's huge for the rest of the field. I don't know what y'all are talking about in chat. I didn't do anything. I had nothing to do with that. Oh. Power 8 that's holding on to that second place, quite temporary. Seems to be quite temporary. We'll see if G-Force's fourth place is temporary. I would be willing to wager that G-Force's fourth place is actually quite temporary because his best lap is now at 45.489, which is about 400 milliseconds over every single other person that he's trying to challenge right here. Power 8 and Airtsu taking the launch in tandem. Somehow, Catastrophe not striking the two of them. They don't go for the TT cut. They go for the wall bang. Around the side, on the inside. Neck and neck. Chat's loving it. I'm loving it. What is there not to love here? Airtsu almost into the Shadow Realm, kicked off the building, Spartan style by Power 8 almost, but 50 meters for Kilobaris in the meantime. He's going to be very happy about the situation that's playing out. Airtsu and Power 8 nipping at each other's heels, so to speak, and G-Force. Meanwhile, closing the gap. Makakowski's closing it right there with him. And look at the battle that has emerged. And just so you know, oh, I can't talk right now because again, we got the tandem launch, Air 2 versus Power 8. Air 2. Power 8. Air 2. Maddie. Power 8. Power 8. G-Force. The launch. Okay. The TT cut. This will be the definitive. This will tell us, does the TT cut save time? It does. It does. It was a question that was asked in Division 2 yesterday, and I think we have the answer to it there. We had the answer to it in Division 2 as well, but a very definitive answer right there as well. Okay, this group of four, they've broken away from Lampert for the most part. Makakowski trying to slide in front of Power 8. It's not going to happen though. And G-Force on the outside there, it looked like didn't quite have the line for the shortcut maybe. Power 8 giving a little honk for that one. Makakowski maybe cutting him off a little bit there. But it is Air 2 holding steadfast to second place. Headed back a little bit, Lampert, Laggy Rock, Ewan, Tom Dom, and Maddie. Big gaps between them. And that scares me every time. It is just a little bit of a connection lag. Of course, I'm connecting from America, and I need to shut the hell up. Because G-Force with another TT cut overtake on Air 2. Just like that. Right in front of our eyes. And he stops Air 2 in his tracks, and he continues forward. They're going to have to get around some lap traffic here, but G-Force setting himself up very well for a comeback of the century. We've got, now correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think we've got about a little bit over 3 seconds between G-Force and Kilobaris as a result of Castle 1. I think G-Force was only ahead of Kilobaris by 3 seconds and some change. Again, correct me if I'm wrong there. So if G-Force continues this breakneck pace without making mistakes against Kilobaris, but Tom Dom a lap down and G-Force doesn't honk. Yeah, there's the honks. Look, I don't blame you, G-Force. I'd be mad as hell if that was me. What the hell was that? But you know, these things happen. It is what it is. If you're fucking lap traffic, get the hell out of the way. But you know, it is what it is. You know, when you're in the heat of battle, these things happen. It's definitely not going to be a happy scenario for G-Force. Adding insult to injury there as he gets kind of trapped on the building turn. Yeah, you're right, Steve Scamp. They can smell each other's cologne practically at that point. And they're staying close. I'm a little bit annoyed at what happened there because G-Force was putting in monumental effort to be able to track down Kilobaris with pace. So, and okay, that's exactly what I was talking about. The uneven surfaces, 2 wheels on, 2 wheels out. You land on some of this stuff and it just flips your car over. So it's something that these racers have got to be very cognizant of. And you know, I don't mean to like keep laying it on you know, and with Tom Dom. You know, Tom Dom, great guy, great racer. Definitely was not intentional in any way, shape, or form. And it's happened to many more people than just G-Force, and it's been done by many more people than just Tom Dom. But you always hate to see when that happens because you want it to be down to the race, you know, not these extraneous or, you know, extemporaneous circumstances. But that is neither here nor there. We've got to leave that in the past. Pick up the pieces. Continue forward. 60 meters of difference between our grouping of first and second and third and fourth. Power 8 going to have to put in, I'm sorry, G-Force going to have to put in Herculean effort to get back to the place where he previously was. But it looks like Kielbaris might have lost his footing here for real this time. And Ertzu could be hunting down a win even. We'll definitely have to see how it continues to adapt. I think that Ertzu is only like a second behind Kielbaris. He might even be ahead of Kielbaris in race time after Castle 1. If someone remembers, please let me know. And he does find the pass on Kielbaris right there while I was talking about it. A nice little pass. Very true, Tova. Very true, Tova. That it's very important to remember that is a shortcut that they got caught up in. It's very much a bottleneck area. Not a whole lot of room to correct your position once you get caught up in there. So that should definitely be said. And I shouldn't go as hard as I did on Tom Dom, but I was just like, oh my god, that sucks so much for G-Force. You know what I mean? But like I said, we gotta leave that way in the past, because if you're crying over spilled milk in an endurance race, guess what, baby? You're gonna come in last. So you gotta stay focused forward, and we're gonna stay focused forward here on the commentary as well. Ertzu is ahead in the overall race time, I do believe. Ertzu is in second place he has about 500 millisecond advantage over Kielbaris. So this is just about as close as you can get. They're only about they're less than 4 seconds behind G-Force in overall time. So G-Force is currently 30 or 40 meters back. And you know what, y'all? We've got 10 laps left to go. Technically a little bit more than 10 laps. And G-Force is only 40 meters back. I'm telling y'all now, if G-Force found a victory still, I wouldn't be surprised. It's doable, especially on a track like this. There goes Ertzu in the shortcut. He fails it, and look how close G-Force is at this point. It's all down to Kielbaris once again. One wrong move, and it seems like everything's all over. Bit of an exaggeration, sure. In the meantime, Makakowski in fourth, pretty close to G-Force. Power 8 fifth. I know he's not going to be enjoying that too much. Still got plenty of track left to go. And if we did see G-Force fail this pool jump, so we've seen pretty much everyone fail it. So it could happen to anyone and everyone. So I don't know if we have anyone in the chat who put their predictions on Kielbaris, but if you did, I know you got to be feeling excitement, but also nervousness, because he is certainly being headhunted right now. Big launches. Fearless launches. Of course, if you're too fearful, you'll go off the track entirely. And that's the tricky balance here on Rooftop Chase. That pool jump, if you're too fearful, you'll run off the track. If you're too fearless, you'll run into the pool. So it's really tough to find that very specific, we'll call it specific balance. And they've started lap 29 of 36. Time is winding down. Let's check out those best laps. We've got G-Force hunting down Ertzu with a 45.489. That has not changed for a bit, but incredible best lap time. 45.762 for Ertzu. 45.847 still for Kielbaris. 45.634 for Makakowski. 45.711 for Power 8. And we're back. Time is winding down. Great launches. Okay. We've really just kind of kept this move that we kept the camera on Air2 and G-Force. We really haven't looked around a ton, but there's really not that much to look at. This battle between the three of them, it looks like Air2 and G-Force are continuing to hunt down Kilobaris. Oh my, is G-Force gonna win this? Is G-Force really still gonna win this? After all that's happened, you're telling me G-Force is still gonna win this? We're gonna have to keep watching, but it's certainly a precarious situation if you're Kilobaris and Air2, because you have not been able to make as much of a gap as you wanted on this man. This banana Toyeka Brazilian man named G-Force. Let's do that. We're gonna watch until we get to a slower part of the track, and then I'll flip over to show you all the standings just one more time, so you can get a good idea of it. So we're gonna go. We got this jump, and then we've got the TT cut, and then we've got one more cut. And once they land, I'll show the standings. Okay. So G-Force leading. Air2, 2 seconds, 758 milliseconds behind. Kilobaris, 3.284 milliseconds behind. Power rate, 3.733 milliseconds behind. Makakowski, 6 and some change. Headed back to our race as they go for their launches on lap 33 of 36. G-Force wide, has to correct, falling back ever so slightly. Okay, Makakowski nearby as well. Big pool jump. And it looks like everyone has started to get those pool jumps sorted out. Lap 33 of 36. And usually the anticipation isn't killing me. But right here, I'm really just like, holy shit right now. I mean, the path that G-Force has had to walk to have a shot at recovering this race has been quite monumental, and it looks like he's doing it. Kilobaris just dropped out of first place. It looks like he got caught on the jump, the big jump to start off the lap. I said you can lose 100 meters here. It looks like he lost about 50. Oh my, y'all. That is heartbreaking for Kilobaris. Absolutely heartbreaking position for him to find himself in. And guess what? G-Force is definitely, well, I think it's about 2.7 seconds between G-Force and Air2, right? So who knows for sure, but it's definitely close. In fact, let's try to get an idea of just how close the two are. Wow, I think they're less than a second between each other. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. But G-Force could be winning here on Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse after everything. I mean, maybe he won't win the race. Maybe some people will get some upset channel points here for Artsu if there are any Artsu bettors. But unless Air2 can manage to make a gap here, he's just gonna be getting bested by G-Force here. We're running out of time. Air2 seems to be Tony Hawk wall riding. 11 meters is the gap as they move into their final lap. And y'all, I don't know what to say. This could be it. How will G-Force Air2 Rex? G-Force wins Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse as well. And now Kilobaris is fighting him for second place. Let's see G-Force. He handles the pool. It looked a little bit scary, but he nailed it down. Does he go? Does he even go for the TT cut at this point? He does. Another cut. Okay, a little on there, but he's gonna be fine. Kilobaris has passed up Air2. I don't think it's enough for Kilobaris to move up in the positions though. It might be. I think it's a less than a second between Keela and Ertsu, and G has done it. Ertsu's so close. I think Ertsu's going to knock down second place still, lock it down rather. And Makikoski nearby as well. Powerade has fallen out of this in a big way. Whoa. What the hell just happened, y'all? What the hell was... I feel like G needs a winner's interview after that. We haven't done interviews here in RVRL, and I haven't prepared to do any. I don't, but I mean, I feel like that honestly felt like, you know, one of those races where it's like, okay, we're headed to interview with G-Force, where he talks to us about what the hell was going on through his head and how he managed to win that. Lots of plot twists indeed. And yes, I think Kilobaris got the ramp bug. We're looking at the ramp right now from Mune's perspective. You can bug on it. I think he just dropped off the ramp and just a bug. So, you know, hate to see it happen, but at the same time, Kilobaris, I don't know if he was a full 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. You know what I mean? I don't know if Kilobaris was a full 3.5 seconds ahead of G-Force anyways. So even without that bug, sure, maybe G-Force wouldn't have won the race. But... Okay, GG's all around. We're moving straight out of that heated conversation and into the lobby here. Moving so swiftly along from that conversation. And let's check out these overall scores here. No. Let's go to the spectator. There we go. Cool. You know, we're chilling here. We're relaxing, guys. Come relax with me, guys. All right, let's check out these scores. And it is G-Force taking it, and it is Air2 taking second place, Kilobaris in third, Makikoski nabbing up fourth, Powerade fifth, Laggy Rock sixth, just a little bit ahead of Yun there, and we got Lampert, Tom Dom, and Maddie. Now, Lampert looks like he passed up Tom Dom and Maddie, but he didn't race on Castle 1, so I think he's just gonna be in last place there. Oh my god, Tom Dom and Maddie were so close by 0.3, and Maddie was saying that he had the hood cam on and everyone was typing at the end. That's why it's so rude to type before the race is finished, especially in endurance, especially in this event, because you had no idea how close the battle was between Tom Dom and Maddie. You just assumed, oh, all the important people finished, so now I can start talking. And in my opinion, y'all, that's a problem. You know, it is what it is. The endurance races have all finished for today. I hate to be bad vibes. It doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, that's why it's important to always be respectful of other racers, because you actually don't know. Just because it's not a top position doesn't mean that it wasn't a serious race. So sorry about that, Maddie. But Tom Dom at the same time, barely scraping by and earning that. I hate to hear that, Maddie. Great recovery efforts, too. Okay, so we got the official ruling. Lampert's time is last place in Castle 1 plus 30 seconds. And then he does rooftop as well. Okay, got it. So, those positions in the backfield may change a little bit. Lampert may have passed up Maddie or Tom Dom. I don't think he did. But that could be potentially the situation. But yeah, we're here. Thank y'all for tuning in. We have been through Division 3, 2, and 1 now for our endurance session in the Revolt Racing League, RVRL. Tomorrow we've got the Revolt Endurance Championship. If you just didn't get enough Revolt action, endurance action, we've got Spa Volt up tomorrow. I think it's Spa Volt 2, but you know, might be Spa Volt 1. I think it's Spa Volt 2 though. So we'll have that. Great track for an endurance, Spa Volt is, and be sure to tune into that. And yeah, we can change that too if we want. But yeah, we can take that down for now. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, Division 3 plays Wednesday at 18 UTC. Division 2 Friday at 19 UTC. Division 1 Saturday at 19 UTC. And again, the Revo Endurance Championship Sunday at about 19:30. So thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to chat. I see y'all making your ways back in. Let me go ahead and reward our GeForce bettors. And GeForce got 99% of the channel points. We had 10 channel points put in on Maddie, and the other 1,600 was all put on GeForce. No one put any points on Ertsir Kilobaris, which, all right, congratulations. So the people who, I think the one person who put 1,600 channel points on GeForce, congratulations, you're earning 10 channel points by beating out Maddie07. A huge 10-point infusion into your channel points. Hey, Tom Dom, I just volunteered to do it, you know what I mean? Anybody could commentate, and in fact, if you're like, hey, this looks fun, maybe I want to commentate, message me. I'm always down to have a new co-commentator. Maybe not like Division 1 of RVRL, but you know, I mean, we can make something happen for sure. So if you think that commentary looks fun and maybe it's something you want to get into, let me know. If you want to help out behind the scenes or, you know, do something, let me know. You're more than welcome to. Very well raced by everyone. And we'll be back on Wednesday. No. We'll be back on Sunday, tomorrow. The official race will start at 19:30 UTC, and the qualifier will start around 19 UTC. So thank you all again for tuning in. So good to see y'all every session. Y'all show up, so it's really cool, and we'll be back. Bye.